Right, let's get straight into it. There's a storm brewing in India's financial world. Sashidhar Jagdishan, the managing director and CEO of HDFC Bank, yes, the country's largest private lender, has just been hit with some serious fraud allegations. Let's unpack exactly what's happened, what's being claimed, and why it matters. First up, who's Sashidhar Jagdishan? Well, he's a seasoned banker. Joined HDFC back in 1996, worked his way up from finance manager to CFO, and finally took over as CEO in 2020, stepping into some very big shoes. He's seen as a solid strategic leader with a background in physics, economics, and accounting. In other words, he's not your typical headline grabber. So, what's changed? On the 30th of May, the Mumbai Magistrate Court ordered the police to file and FIR, a formal complaint, against Jagdishan and 7 others. The complaint wasn't made by a random whistleblower, but by the Lilavati Mehta Medical Trust, which runs the high-profile Lilavati Hospital in Mumbai. The trust accuses Jagdishan of being involved in a financial fraud, conspiracy, corruption, and breach of trust, all revolving around the handling of trust funds. The core allegation is this. Jagdishan allegedly received over Rs 2 crore, which the trust claims was part of a larger misappropriation of Rs 14 crore by previous trustees. There's even mention of a seized handwritten diary, supposedly containing evidence that he was paid to harass the father of a current trustee, Prashant Mehta. The trust has gone all in, demanding his suspension and prosecution, and arguing he's now unfit to lead the bank under the Reserve Bank of India's rules. But here's where things get really tangled. HDFC Bank has come out swinging, calling the allegations baseless, malicious, and preposterous. The bank says this is all a ploy by the Mehta family, specifically Prashant Mehta and his relatives, who, according to HDFC, actually owe the bank a lot of money from an old, unpaid loan. The bank claims the Mehtas have been waging a legal war for 2 decades, trying every trick in the book to avoid repaying, and that this latest complaint is just another move in a very long chess game. And if that wasn't enough, there's an underlying power struggle at Lilavati Hospital itself, with new trustees accusing the old guard of mismanaging over Rs 200 crore across 20 years. So, what you're seeing is a mess of old rivalries, new accusations, and some of the biggest names in Indian finance caught in the crossfire. So what now? The case has only just started. Jagdishan remains at the helm of HDFC Bank, denying all wrongdoing. The courts and regulators will have their say. But for now, this is one story every finance enthusiast needs to keep an eye on. Make sure you're subscribed for updates. This one's not going away anytime soon.